Hi there. This is the my first YouTube video for talking about doing Uber Eats delivery. My name is Zoltan, and basically I've been doing Uber Eats on foot since about February last year. Um, my day job is I work as a computer programmer, so doing a lot of sitting around, especially during the pandemic. And so I was looking for something, basically to get me a bit outside the apartment, maybe get a bit of exercise, which obviously had dropped to nothing since all the gyms had closed and everything, and wasn't going to the office anymore. And so, I was basically looking for something to, get me out of it. First to go get some extra money and do some more, just get some stuff done. Basically get some exercise and get a bit of extra, spending cash like that. A friend of mine had mentioned that, we've been sort of out in the neighborhood and noticed there was a lot of people in the area. Sort of the midtown area of Toronto. So there's a lot of apartments around. There's a lot of condos. There's a lot of sort of restaurants around there. So it's actually, so there's actually a lot of people out in the area doing Uber Eats. Predominantly actually bikes. You see a lot of scooters around people doing that. And so my friend said, we should give this a try. So I thought about it for a bit, and I figured, it's decided to give it a try. I looked up, found a couple of YouTube videos, found a whole Reddit thread. They actually had some really good information on there, and basically decided to give it a try. The cost is actually, I decided to go with Uber walking. One, I don't have a bike. I'm kind of scared to bike in Toronto, and so I decided, do the Uber Eats walking option, and which is essentially you're basically just carrying a pack around of food, and it's basically what it sounds like. And the whole cost to start up was pretty much about $50 to order a pack from. I got the sort of the large cycle courier bag, insulated bag. It costs about $50-$60 Canadian to get shipped out from Uber. Uber sells them from the store, but you can also go to Amazon, or actually a fair number of probably stores. You can even just buy it locally. But you definitely sort of want to have an insulated backpack. Some places will have signs up saying that you need to deliver. You need to have an insulated backpack for them, and that makes sense. If you're delivering hot food, when I started in February, really cold out, so you definitely don't want to be carrying, someone's McDonald's lunch out in the open. If you're not familiar with Toronto, we get January, February, we get down to about minus. We'll get down to like minus 20 or lower on some odd days or so. So definitely want to have an insulated backpack. And so basically just got the app. It took me, probably less than a week or so. They do a background check and stuff. All the couriers do sort of a basic background check, and nothing came up. So they basically activated your account. You take a picture, and the app is pretty straightforward to work with. So I was thinking maybe I'm going to go through about like five things to, if you're thinking of doing this. Here's sort of five things I would think of. The first thing would be to sort of know your area. Second thing would sort of, when you go out, have some kind of a goal in mind, what you want to accomplish in that day. When you are starting out, third thing would be to accuracy of the orders is sort of the main thing. Dress for the weather, and when you do go out, last day, the fifth point would be, basically do a bit of stretching, especially if you're new to this, and get something to eat before, and make sure your phone is charged. So let's go through those five things again. First thing is know your area. You definitely want to. You're basically going from restaurants to condos for the most part. Uber Eats is not the cheapest thing, so you will actually find out that after you've been doing this for about a week or so, you'll week or two, you'll start to notice you're delivering to a lot of the same places. So it's good to sort of know, one, where a lot of the restaurants are. Uber delivers to, Uber picks up from actually pretty much grocery store. I've had like 7-Eleven type stores. I've had drug stores, as well as restaurants, food courts. A lot of places you wouldn't think are actually you can do Uber Eats. Like I've picked up orders from drugstores, for instance, for people they want some stuff drugged off. Not prescription stuff, but obviously like the kind of things they still sell in drugstores. You wouldn't think of it, but you could actually order Uber Eats from a drugstore too now. So yeah, sort of know the area, know where the shops are, know where a lot of the restaurants are, including what's served in the food courts and such like that. You want to know that, and then you sort of want to know generally where the main streets are. You are walking, so you don't have to worry about like one-way streets and such like that. But just sort of roughly knowing like where the main streets are. That will help you when you are, because ideally you want to go to a place, pick up the order, and sort of already know roughly which direction you are. The way you make money with Uber is you are paid per order plus tips, and you just want to. So you essentially, the faster you can do the orders, the more money you potentially make. I'm gonna skip to number 3. The other thing is when you are starting out, the first week I was doing it, it was kind of like it was basically a bit of a learning process, but it's pretty much just your phone beeps, it tells, it will show you it will show you where the pickup is from, and then will also show you a distance now, which is basically how it works. And generally, if you're walking, it's about 800 meters is sort of about the average distance, and that's sort of what I try to keep it at. Like if I say potentially say I'm got an order from McDonald's, and then I see, okay, it's 1 kilometer, I'll figure, okay, one kilometer walk is not that bad. But if you are, some people maybe they want to stick to under 500 meters, half a kilometer. I would say I would generally avoid doing more than like a kilometer and a half, because again, this is a timing thing. You are basically going to be walking a kilometer and a half, which is going to take most people you're probably looking at least 20 minutes or so to do that, just depending on how fast you walk. So you want to you want to basically do that. And the thing is to remember is when you do start out too is, take the time to make sure you're going to the right place, going and picking up making sure you're picking up the right order. They've got a code on it. Some of them have the name or so, but yeah, definitely you'll see on the app, you'll see like alphanumeric code. You can check that against the order, because you definitely want to make sure you picked up the right order, because if you haven't, then you have to potentially go back to the restaurant, and it's again, you're wasting more time that you could be using to pick up another order. So when you are starting out, just sort of take the time. Go to the make sure you're going to the right restaurant. If you're going to, if it says you're picking up a Starbucks, make sure you're picking up a Starbucks from the right Starbucks, or Tim Hortons, because in my area there's actually about 3 Starbucks which are fairly close to each other. Obviously you want to go to the right Starbucks. Tim Hortons, same kind of thing. There's 2 or 3 in the area. So you want to make sure you're going to the right place, picking up the right order, and then heading to the building. A lot of the ones you'll probably find are going to be, again, condos. Sometimes you get houses. Condos are pretty much everyone is sort of how they handle orders is a bit different. Some of them will just wave you in. Some of them you'll get a buzzer code to buzz into the unit. Some buildings they want you. Actually, the ones I like, they for condos, they just want you to leave the order down in sort of the reception area there, which is great because you can go straight in there, drop off your order, you take a photo of it, and then usually give a little message, give a message something like, hey, your order is, or hi, your order is by the table by the front desk, something just, just friendly, tell the person who's waiting for their food that where the order is, just nothing, just keep it straightforward, and then you check in, and then you wait around for the next ping, and you just you go from there. That sort of brings up the second point, which is when you do go out, have a goal in mind. Sorry. Yeah, like when I was starting out, first couple of days, I figured, okay, I'm going to go out for 2 hours, and just see what I can, make in 2 hours, just to sort of get used to this, take it slowly, just get familiar with the different places you're going to, different restaurants, different apartments, and so get sort of familiar with that. And then, once you sort of feeling comfortable with doing that, then maybe say, okay, I want to try and make $20 a day. I want to make $50 a day. I want to make, maybe if you're doing it for the whole day, you're thinking, okay, you're doing it on the weekend. Let's make $100 a day. And that way you're not sort of just going and going and going, and you're not really, okay, I'm gonna try one more, and then at the end of the day you're just feeling sore, because you will feel sore after the first week you're doing this. First couple of days I got back and my legs were just killing me. Like, again, because I had been basically doing a desk job for about a year inside, and I was just feeling my legs were killing me. My back was feeling not great. Not carrying a lot of food either. Just hadn't been doing that much physical stuff. So you gotta sort of work into it a bit. And but yeah, once you sort of have got the knack down of what you're sort of doing, do try to have a goal, even if it's, okay, I'm going to go out for 3 hours or something, and that's it. Well, after 3 hours, I'm coming back in. Or if, or something like, if I'm out there and it's just a slow night and I've been standing around for 45 minutes and there's nothing coming in, okay, I'm gonna call it, because, some days, it's just not gonna work. Other thing is, next thing is, definitely dress for the weather. Depending on, you know what the weather is going to be like out there. So you want to make sure you've got some comfortable shoes on. If you're walking, comfortable, have some comfortable shoes on. Have a jacket on. I generally don't wear like a good jacket. I wear something like a sort of just a regular outdoor kind of jacket or so, because you are going to be going into a lot of fast food places. Your bag is going to smell of fried food by the end. You are going to you're going to sorry, okay, and start. Okay, so the other thing is, dress. You definitely want to dress for the weather. So know what the weather is going to be like. You want to have some decent shoes on. You want to have maybe if you're going out, you are going to probably want to maybe not wear your best jacket and stuff like that if it's going out in winter, because you're gonna be going to a lot of fast food places. The bag your bag is gonna smell of fried food, so you don't necessarily want all your clothes smelling of fried food. And so dress for the weather. Also get something to eat before, or carry some maybe energy bars with you, because the thing is, while you're out, you're making money. You don't want to finish your shift and then go spend all the money, a good chunk of the money you made on like going to the pub and having a couple of beers and stuff like that, and it's like, well, I made $50 a day and then I spent $45 on you know, 2 beers and fries and stuff like that. And yeah, food in Toronto is expensive. Yeah, so definitely, you know, sort of dress for the weather. You know, maybe carry some energy bars with you if you get snackish during during the time out you're out there. You might want to maybe you want to bring a phone charger too, as if you're worried about your phone getting low on power. Yeah, sort of, and you know, you'll probably figure out sort of most of the stuff you need after, you know, you've been doing this for a while. The other thing I would say is, yeah, also too, if you're especially if you haven't been doing a lot of physical stuff for a while, do maybe a bit of stretching before you go out. You know, just some leg stretches and stuff like that. Yeah, and yeah, I think that's so. Yeah, again, just gonna wrap up there. So again, yeah, sort of when you start, you know, get to know your area, have a goal in mind for what you want to accomplish in the day. Keep in mind that you want to speed is good because that's going to make more orders, but put accuracy before speed. Dress for the weather. You know, be aware of what the weather is like. You know, and when you're getting ready to go out, you know, maybe do a bit of stretching, make sure you got something to eat, and yeah, it's fun. I've been doing this now since I guess it will be probably about in a couple of months. It'll be 1 year I've been doing this, and it's I'm still doing this a couple of nights a week mostly, and it's yeah, it's fun. You know, it's good exercise. You know, you get to see a bunch of I've got to see inside a bunch of restaurants which I've never been in the area. So it's you know, it's fun. Yeah, I would definitely say give it a try. It might be fun. Thank you for watching.